Well, hi, YouTubers. I'm slowly getting over this, smallpox for old farts. I think the worst is over. All the big stuff and the stuff that was transmittable and everything is gone. And now it's just a couple more weeks of painful healing. Sort of like somebody beat me up inside. That's why at first when I thought I had this, I didn't think of shingles at all. I thought it was from exercise. I was doing some heavy exercising because I was getting a little upset about my belly. And so I really crushing it the other day. And oh man, that hurt, And I guess I pulled something as an old guy, and it turned out, no, it was shingles. And when I went to the doctor, it was about 2 days after I was doing this, it was interesting. The doctor yelled at me for not looking on the internet to finding out what I had. Man, when the internet first came in, doctors used to, oh no, no, we're so afraid of anybody looking on the internet and bringing in prescriptions or remedies and stuff like that that they weren't aware of. But now, and this was a young guy too, so he was always yelling. I mean, you didn't look at the internet to see what you had? I took my shirt off and said, "That's shingles." You could have found that out. And so things are changing. That's what's fun about getting old, man. You see things. It's so different. And you see things, oh shit, what I thought was right is wrong. And your dad almost died from it. Wow. Yeah, I guess there's various degrees. Yeah. But no, I'm on the way. It's just sort of like I got beat up inside and I got to heal. Yeah, whatever. But it's the worst. It's certainly over. And I've been working about halfway or half-assed, or I do that anyway. Usually, at half speed or half as long. I enjoy this. But so we finished our grant last night at midnight, closed it, and maybe there were a couple that missed the midnight deadline and tried. So you just get into the next one, and we don't have an application up probably yet. But it should be the end of the day or by tomorrow. We'll have the new application that is due on, and it closes on July 4th. And this will mean 2 whole years we've been giving this grant. And gosh, I mean, we've given $800,000, I think already, over the 2 years. Now if we go at this rate, we'll be giving like $500,000 a year or more. And that's just a wonderful, where's the link to the grant for July? Okay, it's not ready quite as yet. You have to be a member. So if you're a member, you'll see it on the featured section on both Facebook and on Let's Go Help Too. There's features there, and that's where we put them. And so they're easy to spot. And all you have to do for this one is tell us what you would do with $1,000. And it could be for a friend, for you, or you want to help somebody in the neighborhood or relative, or you need something. That's what this is for. You want to take a grandchild to Disneyland? That's a reasonable one. It doesn't matter. There's no rules except to be nice and just to try to keep it to a few sentences or paragraph or whatever, because it's not a complicated issue. We want to show you how it is easy to apply for a grant. You have to know where the damn grant is. That's the effort. So everybody thinks, oh, I need a grant writer. No, you don't. You need to help find out where the grants are for you and what's right for you. And that's all you need. And then filling out an application like ours, it's easy. Someone in the government or a nonprofit, there'll be a few more questions than what we have. But the difficulty won't be hard. You don't need a grant writer. And if you do, we'll point you to one. And you probably only need a grant writer if you're going after big, you want millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever. But for anything personal, a business, a housing, a repair, education, paying your bills, none of that requires a grant writer. And you can get most of them too. The agencies provide that help too, the people giving out the money, Because don't forget, this is the government, and they work for you. And of course, it's different. Every place is different. And so everybody has different rules and everything. So you can't say this is true of every grant. So whatever you say about grant, you could say it's true or it's false, because there are probably ones that do and ones that don't. But for 90% of the grants, you do not need a grant writer. Sure, there are some, and people will show you a grant that's complicated, yeah. But you probably won't want to apply for that because it's not relevant to you. The issue comes in you finding somewhere that's relevant to apply for. And tell you the truth, I think the best way to find a grant is not to ask for one. It sounds stupid, yes, but the situation is too complex for you to believe that a grant's going to solve the problem, because there's so many other ways that the government has to solve the problem. And the people that could help you solve that problem don't give out the money, but they give out free help to help you find the money or help or whatever you need. And so if you could just keep asking offices for a grant, you're going to lose those people who can really help you, because they're not giving out money, but they give out services. They're mentors. They're researchers for free. We charge $20. These people don't charge anything. And he moved home to California and paying for the storage and even a better place to live in. I'm afraid you're a single woman and full-time student. Do you live in California now, Colette? Full-time, I need funding to help with living expenses. Well, let's see, where are you? You're okay. You're a member. Okay, now go over to on Facebook. I want to help. Truthfully, want to help as many people as I can before I die. I don't think there's anything better to do with my life than if the stuff I know can help somebody. Man, it's like oil under the ground, and if I can't get people to tap into it, then it's a wasted resource. It's like having oil into the ground and nothing in your car, but it's right underneath you, and you don't know it's there. So please give me an opportunity to try to help you. I can't guarantee I'm going to get you money. Nobody can. And that's an absurd guarantee. I can guarantee these programs are real, and hundreds of millions of people are using them every day. And the average person in America gets over $14,000 in grants a year from these programs. Now that is legit, and that is real. But I cannot guarantee that you're going to get this. Yeah, all I can guarantee is that they're real. There's lots, and people are getting them all the time. Now, if you have a problem, if you have a better way to get this money or get money to solve a problem, great. What hurts me, and really hurts me so hard, that I know there's people who can use these and they're helpful, and there's other people who don't even ask or don't know where to ask, that are in trouble and could use this, and that's what hurts. I mean, it's sort of like watching somebody walking on the end of the cliff and they're going to fall, and I gotta go catch them. So you asking me a question is just a wonderful opportunity, and it is a joy for me to do this. It's just how much energy I have, how much time, whatever. Sorry, typo was and Nicholson. Oh man, typos. I send people emails and messages. I'm sure they don't know what the hell it is. I got so many typos. I flunked English in college. And I have 2 New York Times bestsellers. When my first book made the New York Times bestseller, I tried to find that English teacher who flunked me. I told her it didn't matter. I could become a New York Times bestseller. I need help with an experienced reader to help me organize my book manuscript. I need a grant to pay for the reader and a publisher. I'm in Texas. Okay, Candace, there's a couple of ways to do that. The first thing I'm gonna do, because you're trying to make money out of your book, okay? What I would do is go to something called community navigators. Okay, they're in every county, every city or whatever, and these people get money from the government to help you figure out how to make money, okay? And whatever project, you want to start a business, nonprofit, you're a writer, whatever, how to get that done, okay? Whatever. I mean, it is ways to do that. Maybe you have to be creative too. So that's the other thing. So even like if you need an editor, um, well, I don't know how big that is and how much you really need an editor and things like that. It is, I mean, one thing you get volunteer editors. If you had, you find maybe adult education classes, where you live, or even the community college that have writing things and editing editing programs that teach, that contact the teacher and say, hey, can you give this as a class project and ask them to edit it for me because I don't have somebody to pay a professional editor. Okay, that's one way to do that. The other way is to contact one of these there goes the holes in the brain. The community navigators. I mean, they help people with any kind of obstacle that is in your way to make money, okay? That they help you with that obstacle and get it out of the way, okay? So that's what they're there for. So if it's an obstacle for this, maybe you need $500 or $1,000, well, I mean, that's reasonable. And there's a way to raise that money. Either through some small program, that gives out small grants for something like that, or doing your own crowdfunding to do that. There's always more than one way to solve a problem. I live in California, need assistance with funding for an ADU. My mother lives in Texas, and I want to build an ADU. Oh, one of those houses out in the back. Yeah, they're great. My property, so I can have independence for any assistance device. Appreciate it. I check with the county because the money has been given away. Yeah, I mean, California was one of the leaders in that. To do that. And so if they had a program like that, now what you have to do, Terry, is not you want to do that. You want to see what housing programs there are and then how you could bend that to do what you want to do. So if there's a housing program that may not be for one of these small units in the backyard, but if it's it's a house repair program, and so I'll give you $40,000 to do that. Well, that could be the same, right? And things like that. So you want to look at what's there and how to use what's there. You could have the perfect idea that you would like, but the world doesn't get up every day and says, well, I wonder what Terry would like. Why don't we have a grant for Terry? And unfortunately, that doesn't happen. So what you have to do is see what's there and how you can bend what's there to satisfy what you want to do. I mean, that's what, to me, that's what business is all about. That's why I spent about 4 or 5 years trying to figure out how my new reincarnation of selling this. I mean, it was really trying to find out what's there, how people are buying this stuff, that I could then bend it into a way that people are paying for it nowadays. I used to sell books and go on TV and do direct response on TV. Made a bunch of money and that stopped. So I had to figure it all out again, and it's by trial and error. Now, the other thing, Tammy, what I would do is there's 3 major organizations for housing that are nonprofit. So you want to be careful always, is that it's too easy to go Google and I want to do this, I want to do that. Then people are out there, marketing people, that will want to make you believe what they have is going to solve your problem, even though there's a snowball's chance in hell of that happening. So that's what, but you have to fight that. So everything. So when you're beginning of something, just don't deal with anybody who has something to sell. Deal with only people that have are nonprofit organizations or government offices. Here's the ones on housing. One, you want to go HUD.gov and look for a HUD counselor. Make an appointment to see them, okay? And then number 2, there's something called Neighbor, NEIGHBOR, Works, WORKS.org. The other one was HUD.gov. This is neighborworks.org. and make an appointment to see these people and tell them what you're interested in, and just be open-minded about it. I want money for this. No, because your chance of getting it right on the head is very slim. So that means you're going to miss a lot of knowledge out there of people who will know other things that you may be able to do. And the only way you unlock that, treasure chest, is by being open, about what, just, being a little more vague. And your problem is not to build that house. The problem is your mom coming to live with you, right? So you need more options about that. And that's why these people are in that business. They see this every day and help work with people every day for things like this. So they're in a best position, to help you. So you want to call them up and say, hey, I have a problem. I'm trying to figure out how to make my house big enough or whatever to do, with mom, so I could take care of her, because that's another thing. Call your area office on aging, okay? Area office on aging. You're in California, they're very popular out there. Their job is to help you just figure out things like that, and they're a nonprofit to do that, okay? So that's it. So you really have a housing problem for a mom, that you want to do it. So try to find out for that. You like doing it one way, but and that would be ideal and nice, but keep it open until you learn, because all of a sudden you say, you had that one thing idea in mind, there's not there anymore, so you're going to go home? No, you still have the problem. So that's why you have to be creative, and the only way you be creative is when you fail. And when you fail, then you have to be creative or you go home. So that's what's so neat about failure, is that it makes you creative. If you don't have to think of anything and you think of, and you get money for that, I don't have to be creative. But life is not that simple, unfortunately, and it's going to take a lot more energy to do that. So you got those two places. Also, you want to start contact your state housing finance agency. State housing finance agency, so that's in Sacramento. Talk to someone there. I finally got mortgage relief. Oh, thank you. Share thoughts. Yeah, anybody, please share with people what you got, particularly people that are members there, because that motivates people to do things more than I could ever say, or more than I could ever do, for people. But one thing I remember is that I still try to answer as many questions as possible on Facebook. So our group on Facebook is where I answer questions. So you start a discussion on Facebook. I try on Let's Go Help too. It's just a little more complicated there, and we're working on that, the best way to handle that. But on Facebook, if you go there, start a new discussion, and it won't show up anywhere until I answer it. So it may take a day or two, but I enjoy doing that. That's how I learn, and that's how I could give what I have in me to people more than any other way. So it's a treat for me to do that. Let's see what we have. Let's Go Help too. Currently, I'm taking a course, New Paths, Project Analyst. I need, what was that? I need some equipment to build out a computer lab, to study for my exam. A computer lab? I'm not sure what a computer lab is. Or lab, maybe? A study for the exam. So you need, I would call the computer, not the computer, the Career One Stop there, wherever you live, because they have training money to help you get certificates and other things for you to increase, your income opportunities. So it's trying to match up who has that kind of grant money and with the kinds of things that you're interested in. Maybe they just want you to be in healthcare or something, but so that's why it's going to take digging. And so your Career One Stop with that, and then you go to findhelp.org and job training, and see the organizations that help people with job training, and you start calling. It's a numbers game. It's like be a salesman or whatever. So people that are in the business of helping people with jobs, maybe they don't help you, but they're in that business and they know of somebody else. and that's the key, is talking to somebody who knows that industry versus you. In other words, you don't know anything about grants, so you go to Google and, whatever. So you find me, and your answers aren't solved, but man, you got a fighting chance now. and that's what it is. I need someone going to Bill. Welcome to Let's Go Community. Oh, Tammy there. Hi, Tammy. Tammy, I'm blessed to learn about how generous Matthew and his team are. It's not every day you come across people who are genuinely care. Oh, thank you. Oh, Nika, thank you. But that's, boy, life's too short, man. I don't know. I mean, I've, to me, oh no, how the hell I lost everybody. Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, the older I get, the more I see that, boy, the only, the one, well, let's see, maybe a daily feed. Where is the, oh gosh. That's a chat. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Ratification. Where's my feed? Where's my feed? Anyway, as I get older, I feel the one muscle I could use more and make stronger is my heart. This thing. The other muscles, man, they're not just trying to stay. They can't even. They're just going to get worse every day, right? But your heart could be stronger, and you could love harder every day. And that's why I feel helping people, get help they need with financial problems or to get ahead in life or whatever. And if we know something like that to help you do that, then I could grow that muscle of loving other people to help them do what they want to do in life. And if we make extra money at doing this, which we have been, I'm very fortunate. I didn't think we'd make a profit at all doing this. Something I just wanted to do. And we give it back to members and to show our love for people like that. That it's really them that we care about and want to keep caring about. And I'll do this until the chicken pox gets me or whatever is next. But I appreciate you for being there and giving me an opportunity to give as much as I can in life. I think all of us have nothing better to do than to give as much as possible, to love as much as possible. What can be better? So that's why I thank every one of you that are here to allow me to do that. And I'm so grateful. But I can't find how to get back on. And my voice is going down anyway, so I'm going to pass. And remember, we have a new program, a new grant that'll be opening up probably tomorrow. It'll be on. And then we have a grant for the car repair. That's up there now. The deadline is the 20th. They have a grant for free laptop computers, and the deadline is the 30th. And ask questions. You don't even know what the questions to ask. So, on Facebook, start a new discussion, ask me a question, and let me try to help you, please. All I want to do is see how many people I can help. So if I can help you, please, let me try to help you. Bye. Oh, God, how did I turn this off by accident? Ah, God.